Welcome to the third part of how to navigate your birth chart. So far, we have talked about how planets sit in different houses, what each house stands for, and what it means when certain zodiac signs rule those houses. Now, let's move to the next layer, the aspects of planets. If you are new to all of this, it's better to watch my previous videos before watching this one. If you already know the earlier stuff, then let's move on to the next. In astrology, planets don't just influence the house they sit in, they also look at or aspect other houses. So their energy spreads out in multiple directions. Let's start simple. The Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus all have one aspect. They always look 7 houses away from where they are sitting. For example, if the Sun is sitting in your first house, count 7 houses ahead. That's the seventh house. So the Sun's energy is not only in the first house, but also reaching the seventh house through its seventh aspect. Same goes for Venus, Mercury, and Moon. If Venus is sitting in the fourth house, it will look at the 10th house. Count 7 from the fourth house. You will reach 10th house. Now let's talk about the planets that have special aspects. These are Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Mars looks 4th, 7th, and 8th from where it sits. Jupiter looks 5th, 7th, and 9th from itself. Saturn looks 3rd, 7th, and 10th from itself. So these three planets are kind of unique. They spread their energy wider than others. Now, what about Rahu and Ketu? Rahu is believed to look 5th and 9th from where it sits. But with Ketu, opinions differ. Some astrologers say it has the same 5th and 9th aspects, while others believe Ketu only affects the house it sits in. So, Ketu's aspect is still a bit of a debate. Now, let's understand what all this means in simple terms. When a planet sits in a house, it influences that area of life, but it also sends its energy to other houses through its aspects. For example, suppose Jupiter is sitting in your third house. Jupiter is benefic, so it brings expansion, positivity, and growth there. But let's say Mars is sitting in your eighth house, and from there, it's giving its eighth aspect to your third house. And Saturn sitting in your first house also looks at the third house with its third aspect. Now, your third house is being influenced by 3 planets: Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn. So, all their energies mix together. This is where astrology becomes complex because now an astrologer has to interpret how these mixed energies will play out. If benefic planets dominate, that house becomes strong and positive. But if malefics are more powerful, that house may face struggles or delays. Still, it doesn't mean life is doomed. It just means that area of life needs better alignment and remedies. So astrologers check, what do these planets want? What are their demands? And how can a person align their actions or mindset to balance that energy? That's how astrology works. It's not just about where planets sit, but how they interact, where they look, and what kind of energy they are sending out. And remember, planets always work in combinations. They talk to each other through aspects, and that's what makes every chart completely unique. Okay, apart from the aspects, there is another concept in astrology. Like, it's not necessary that all the planets are sitting in separate houses. Multiple planets may sit in a single house, and multiple houses in a chart may be empty. So, it's not compulsory for everyone to have planets in each house. And when two or three or maybe four planets or even more than four planets are sitting in one house, they are actually making a conjunction. Like, if two planets are sitting together, they are in conjunction with each other. If three planets are sitting together, they are in conjunction with each other. So, let's say Mars and the Sun are both sitting in your seventh house. So, Mars and Sun are having a conjunction in the seventh house, or Saturn and Jupiter are sitting together in the 10th house. They both are in conjunction with each other. And let's say more than two planets, like the Sun, Mercury, and Venus, are sitting in the second house together. They are all in conjunction with each other. Conjunction is a very powerful planetary aspect that we can't ignore. It's very important. Its impact is very heavy on the native's personality and native's life as well, because when multiple planets are actually focusing on a single house, that house's theme becomes really prominent in your life. Lastly, when you look at aspects or conjunctions in a birth chart, there is one more very important thing you must check: the degrees of the planets. Every planet sits not only in a zodiac sign, but also at a specific degree within that sign. Each zodiac sign has 30 degrees. So you can imagine it as 30 small sections. When you generate your chart from any astrology software, you will see a number next to each planet. That number is simply showing which degree of the sign the planet is occupying. These degrees matter because they tell you how strong or weak an aspect or conjunction is. For example, even if two planets are aspecting each other or sitting in the same house, if the degree difference between them is very large, the aspect becomes weak. But if the degrees of the two planets are close to each other, the aspect or conjunction becomes much stronger and its effects become more noticeable. Let's take an example so you can understand degrees more easily. Suppose Mars is sitting in your fourth house and the Sun is also sitting there. Let's say the fourth house has the sign Scorpio. Now imagine the Sun is at 1 degree Scorpio and Mars is at 29 degree Scorpio. Technically, both planets are in the same house, so this is a conjunction. But the degree difference between them is 28 degrees, which is very wide. This means the conjunction becomes weak. The combination still exists, but its impact on the person's life becomes very mild, vague, or less intense. Now, imagine a different case. The Sun is at 1 degree and Mars is also at 1 degree or 2 degree. This means they are sitting extremely close to each other. Here, the conjunction becomes very strong, and whatever the Sun Mars theme indicates in that person's life will appear powerfully. If the combination is beneficial, the results become very strong. If it is challenging, the disturbance becomes equally strong. So, the degree difference is extremely important. It helps you understand how strongly a conjunction or aspect will show results in someone's life. The same rule applies to aspects. For example, let's say Mars is in the fourth house in the sign of Cancer, and from there, Mars gives its fourth aspect to the seventh house. Suppose Jupiter is sitting in the seventh house in Libra. If Mars is at 5-degree Cancer and Jupiter is at 4-degree Libra, then both planets are close degree wise. This means the Mars aspecting Jupiter theme is strong. But if the Jupiter is at 29-degree Libra and Mars is at a much lower degree in Cancer, then this aspect becomes loose. Mars is still aspecting the seventh house. That part doesn't change, but Jupiter is not strongly involved in that theme anymore. This is exactly why two people can have the same planetary placements, but their lives turn out very different. The degree difference changes the strength of the aspect or conjunction, which changes how strongly those results appear in real life. That is why Vedic astrology is very precise and calculated. You can't say one prediction for everyone. Charts vary and degrees make a big difference. In the next video, I'll talk about the house lordships, what they mean, and how you can get a better insight into how house lords actually work. I will explain how to quickly see which houses in your chart look naturally blessed and which houses seem to be in serious trouble. We will explore all of this in the next video.